What you're doing at 3 a.m. is making everything worse. Most people think the 3 a.m. waking is a sleep problem. It's not. It's a stress hormone problem, and once you understand that clearly, it changes where you look for help. Here's where most of us are. You wake up and your mind is already moving before you're fully conscious. You look at the ceiling, try to slow your thoughts, tell yourself to relax, you pray. You check your phone just for a second to see what time it is. And then an hour goes by, then 2, and by the time you drift back off, it's almost time to get up. The whole next day you're in a fog, tired, irritable, reaching for another cup of coffee, already dreading the night ahead. And the cruelest part, you went to bed exhausted. You fell asleep just fine. And then 3 a.m. came, like it always does. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. Here's the thing, though. This isn't permanent, and it isn't random. There is a specific reason this keeps happening at this exact time. And once you understand what your body is actually doing in those hours, you have somewhere real to go with it. Your body runs on a 24-hour rhythm. Part of that rhythm includes a natural cortisol rise in the early morning hours, usually starting somewhere between 3 and 5 a.m. Cortisol is your wake-up hormone. It's supposed to rise. It's designed to help you wake up feeling ready for the day. But here's where it goes wrong. When your nervous system has been running on stress, when you've been carrying worry, tension, and unresolved anxiety through your days, that cortisol rise doesn't wait until 6 a.m. It comes early, it comes hard, and it pulls you right out of sleep at 3 a.m. with a jolt that feels like something is wrong. Because to your body, something is wrong. Your nervous system has been in low-grade alert mode for so long that it's treating every cortisol rise like an emergency signal. And then, the moment you wake up and your mind starts moving, the to-do list, the worry, the conversation you keep replaying, you confirm to your nervous system that yes, there is something to be concerned about. The cortisol rises more, the alertness deepens, and getting back to sleep becomes nearly impossible. That's not weakness, that's physiology. And here's what makes it harder after 50. The hormones that used to buffer cortisol are lower than they used to be. So the same level of daily stress that your body handled quietly in your 30s now pulls you out of sleep at 3 a.m. You didn't get weaker. Your circumstances changed. And your body needs a different kind of support than it did before. So why does everything we try in those moments make it worse? Reaching for your phone is the biggest one, even just to check the time. When you pick up your phone at 3 a.m., even with the screen dimmed, your brain receives a light signal that says, morning. That tells your brain to stop producing melatonin, which is what was helping you stay asleep. The moment that signal fires, your window for returning to sleep gets dramatically smaller. And it's not just the light. Even a quick glance at a notification, a text, a headline, your brain processes it as input that needs a response. Cortisol rises again. Your nervous system, which was already alert, now has something to actually think about. You've handed your stress response exactly what it was looking for. So what do you actually do? The first thing, before anything else, is your body, not your mind. Most of us try to think our way back to sleep. We reason with ourselves, tell ourselves there's nothing to worry about, try to slow our thoughts through willpower alone. But your nervous system doesn't respond to reasoning. It responds to physical signals. When you slow your breathing, a long, slow exhale, longer than the inhale, you send a direct signal to your nervous system that says safe, not a thought, a signal. Your heart rate responds, your cortisol begins to ease, and your body starts to believe the emergency is over. That's where it has to start. The body first, always. The mind follows when the body leads. The second thing is releasing the need to fix the waking. I know how hard that is. Every minute you're awake feels like a loss. But that urgency, the desperation to fall back asleep, is itself a cortisol trigger. The pressure to sleep is keeping you from it. What your nervous system needs in that moment is not effort. It needs permission to be still without needing to achieve anything. That shift from effort to release is where sleep becomes possible again. A woman named Carol wrote to me a few months ago. She'd been waking at 3 a.m. for over 2 years, almost every single night, praying, lying there, watching the clock, eventually getting up and walking to the kitchen just to have somewhere to go. She said the worst part wasn't the lost sleep. It was the dread she felt every evening before bed, already bracing for what she knew was coming. She started working through the 5-step sequence. Body first, releasing mental momentum, letting go of tomorrow, anchoring into something steady. 3 weeks later, she wrote back. She'd slept through the night 4 times that week. She said, I didn't realize how much I'd stopped believing it could get better. That's what it feels like when the body finally gets what it needs. Not overnight and not dramatic. Just a quiet return to what sleep was always supposed to be. There's a line in Psalm 127, verse 2, that I keep coming back to. He gives rest to those he loves. Not as a reward for finally getting everything right, just a gift. That's always been the design. Sleep was never meant to be something you fight for. God designed your body to rest, to release, to receive the quiet that comes with night. The trouble is, when your nervous system has been running on high for too long, it forgets how to receive that gift. That 3 a.m. waking isn't your enemy. It's a signal. Your body telling you it needs something different. And once you give it what it actually needs, in the right order, rest stops being something you chase. It becomes something you receive, the way it was always meant to be. We put together a free guide called Why Your Mind Won't Slow Down at Night. It walks you through the exact 5-step order your body and mind need to settle before sleep, starting with the body, moving through releasing mental momentum, letting go of control, and anchoring into something steady. It was written specifically for Christians who are tired of lying awake and ready for something that actually works with how they were designed. Click the link below and get instant access. It's free.